Hey everyone, my name is Nathan and welcome to Hail. So I have a lot to talk about in this video. As you saw in the title, there are a few channel updates in this video as well as some changes that I'm making to this series. The first thing I want to talk about is the Rank Your Movie Recommendations series that I do. If you haven't noticed, I have 2 episodes on the channel of me talking about 15 movies that you guys have recommended to me. In these videos, I rank the 15 movies from my least favorite to my favorite, and it's just a really fun way for me to watch the movies that you guys recommend and for me to discover new movies. The announcement I want to make today is that I am combining that series with this Wrapped series. This Wrapped series is all about movies that I watched the previous month for the first time, and so it only makes sense that I just combine the movies that you recommended to me with this series. I will still treat it as its own section, and so in this video you can skip to the section called Ranking Your Movie Recommendations. I will still include what movies I watched as well as what movies they beat in the Instagram movie battle, so you can still look forward to that and to hearing my thoughts. The only thing that's different is I won't be ranking it immediately. What I'm going to do is when I reach X amount of movies that I've seen from you guys, I don't know the number yet, but when I reach that number, I will just have a live stream where I rank it live on the air. Speaking of new sections, something that I want to try out this month for the first time is including rewatches into this series. The whole point of this series is I only talk about first time watches because at the end of the year, I hold what I have called the First Time Watch Awards. Well, a few things are changing. So in the First Time Watch Awards, I actually won't be calling it First Time Watch Awards anymore. It will now be called the Wrapped Awards. The reason I say Wrapped is because it's like the movie studio, like that's a wrap, you know, like you click the clicker thing. It just makes sense to me. But as I discover so many good movies for the first time, there are also plenty of movies out there that I've seen before that I want to give a second chance. And I thought about starting a series called, Is This Movie Better on the Rewatch? But then that's just another series that I have to keep up and I have to worry about releasing new episodes to make sure that you guys are getting your fill and that I'm posting what you guys want to see. And so I figured I'm just going to combine it into this Wrapped series because then when I'm talking about the movies I watched for the month, I can just talk about everything. I can talk about the first time watches and the rewatches. I should actually quickly clarify that I won't be including every rewatch that I watch in the month. The whole point of adding this rewatch section into the monthly video is that I want to focus on movies that I haven't seen them in a long time and I don't remember anything from them, or I didn't like them on a first time watch, and so I want to see it again to see if I have an updated opinion. Or it could be vice versa, where I did like it and I want to watch it again to see if I still like it. Those are the rewatches that I will specifically be focusing on. So to give an example to you guys, as you know, I've been rewatching all the Harry Potter movies this last summer. That's not something you would see in this rewatch section on this video because I already know I love Harry Potter. Even on a rewatch, if I notice some sort of flaw, I'm not going to not love Harry Potter. It's my favorite movie series of all time. I will always love those movies. And so things like that will not be featured in that section of the video. However, a movie that I watched for the first time in maybe 6 years this last month, My Fair Lady, which you'll see a little later in this video, that's a perfect example of a movie that I didn't really care for it too much on the first time watch, and so I wanted to give it another watch to see if I would like it more. You'll just have to wait in the video to see if I did like it more. Let's be honest, I did. I will also be adding a category for the end of the year movie awards where I talk about my favorite rewatch of the year, basically the movie that was so much better on the rewatch. When it comes to talking about the rewatches, I only have 3 tiers to discuss. Was the movie better? Was the movie the same? Or was it worse? With these 3 tiers, that's how I will describe my feelings towards it. And I will also be adding a new section to the video where I talk about any physical media I bought in the previous month. The reason I haven't included this in the past is because I just don't buy a lot of physical media. But for this month, I've purchased quite a bit of Blu-rays or 4K movies because it was Amazon Prime Day, and also there were some other deals that I had to take advantage of. And so I will be also adding a new section for physical media if I bought physical media. And then I will continue obviously talking about my first time watches, TV shows I completed, books that I read, life updates, and sneak peeks for the channel. There will be one more section that I will include, which just basically says what my favorite first time watch of the month was and my least favorite first time watch of the month was. Now, notice I said favorite and least favorite, not best and worst, because all of this is subjective, and so it's solely just my opinion, what I enjoyed the most and what I didn't like the most. You'll also notice as you watch future videos that there will be little stamps at the bottom or little stickers that just kind of like signify what I'm talking about. If there's a series that I'm taking place in, for an example, my 25 movie challenge, I will have something clarifying that this is part of the 25 movie challenge that I'm doing. Okay, so I think I've included all the updates. Let's go ahead and start off with my first time watches.